Hello everybody and welcome to the World Mountainbike Orienteering Championships in Warsaw, Poland. The first event is the sprint. We are in the arena here, located on the grounds of a military university of technology, which is one of the best technical universities in Poland. And the sprint is going to be held in a nearby forest, which is cut up with dense networks of paths and roads. Very, very excited for the sprint today. We have a total of 134 competitors, split into 86 men and 46 women. And the first starters have just started. The terrain today, it is a forest area used by the army for exercises, mostly flat with a very dense network of tracks. You can have a look here at the start lists. Our first starters went out at 12 o'clock. Was Ildar Minev, our first male starter, and Noko Kano, our first female starter. And our final starter in the women's class is Finland's Marika Hara. So having a look at the course then. So a pretty simple start before heading into a really dense network of tracks here. Lots of route choice, lots of potential for mistakes. Then it opens up into some longer legs, lots of dead riding with some 50-50 route choices. This is going to be really, really fast, but also gives the athletes chance to plan ahead. They have a map flip at number 17. And then this is the women. They head back into this dense network of tracks. Some more short, sharp legs in here. Lots of route choice options, lots of potential to make mistakes. And then out towards the arena and two very, very quick, flat out sprinting legs before the finish. So there's the shape of the course. Lots of technical sections, but also a few legs that are much longer with a bit more route choice and some faster riding. Definitely lots of potential for missed punches, lots of potential for mistakes. And the athletes can cut through the forest, which is really interesting. They might be able to, if they get the wrong track, just cut through the section of forest to find the control. On to the men's start list. Ildar Minev was our first starter. Lots of big names in the start lists. Has been twice on a podium with the European and the World Championships individually. That was more than 10 years ago. And he is 47 this year. And he's followed by German Hendrik Hess, wearing the number 103. Hendrik Hess, also like Bright Shadel, born in 1978. Last time Hendrik Hess competed at the World Championships 6 years ago in 2019, and best result for Hess at the World Championships followed 20 years ago, and he finished 43rd. Last year's champion Jan Hasek starting at 34 minutes past 2. And our final starter is Ignas Ambrazas from Lithuania. So a look at the men's course then. Again, a couple of easier controls before heading out into this dense network of paths. Similarly to the women's course, lots of opportunities for mistakes here. Execution is really, really important. And then into this slightly more simple section with a bit of route choice in there, but lots of opportunity to plan ahead and really get some speed up. They have the map flip at control 20 and an extra little loop in this simpler part of the forest. A long leg here before they head back into the really technical part of the map. And they have a few more controls in the path network before heading towards the arena. And our expected winning time is about 20 to 25 minutes, which is going to be so quick. 34 controls. The men have 6.6 kilometers and the women 5.8. So the optimum distance for the men to ride will be 9.2 kilometers. The women 7.9. But I think this is going to be a really, really exciting race. The arena looks fantastic. Of course, our athletes will be in quarantine. We've got 2-minute start intervals between each rider. So we've currently got about 3 riders out already. So let's have a look then at our first riders. Through the first controls smoothly. Oh, and it looks like a mistake there from Kano. It's going to be very, very difficult to adapt from those first simple controls into the really technical section. Riders are going to have to be really, really careful to make sure that they've already planned ahead and know exactly what to expect when they hit that dense section of track. We've got a couple of cameras out there in the forest, so hopefully we'll be able to bring you some great pictures of the race, as well as GPS and live results. Great to see there's already some spectators in the arena. So here we are at the start. Magnichara from Italy. That was in a youth category. Sokolski is born in 2008. 3 medals from Lithuania. He carried home to Finland. And now he's trailing 12 seconds at the first radio control to Marcos Oreiro from Spain. And Oreiro is born 2005. He's 3 years older than Koski from Finland. Meanwhile, Oshana still holds the lead. Lida Lahti, the stronger Finn, has punched herself at the first intermediate and losing to the Latvian more than 20 seconds. 23 seconds, Lida Lahti is behind Oshana. And Linda Brandt. So the 2024 champions are both riding today. Jan Hasek from Czechia and Ruska Cirila from Finland. Yeah, you can see how the athletes are choosing different route choices, Kano and Tabakova. They are approaching control 6, having split up at control number 5. And Mulakova into the technical section. These controls all very close together.
Improving Latvian time by 3 seconds, but still behind Latvian. 20 seconds Kadlitsova losing to the Latvian Ošane. Ošane really has opened excellently this World Championship sprint event.
That looks like potentially a mistake here from Kano.
If we look to the Kadlitsova, the Czech, born in 2006, so she has another year left. The next one in the junior category. She was 10th in the middle, 9th at must start, so 2 top 10 finishes for Kadlitsova. At the European Championships, she was 5th in the long distance and gold medalist with the teammates in the relay. She has a gold and a silver.
With this track network, it might not necessarily be about finding the shortest option and the fastest option. It might just be more about making sure that the athletes are executing their route choices correctly. More time will be saved by correct execution than by taking the time to spot a perfect route choice or making mistakes is going to be really, really detrimental in there, and just sticking at a route choice and executing it well is going to be the best way to ride quickly through this section.
He was just behind the podium with the teammates in the 4th place in the relay. Individually 2 top 10 finishes for him, 9th in the sprint and 8th in the long distance at the European Junior Championships in Vilnius in May. And here in Ostruda in Poland last year, only in one.
You can see the grounds of our arena in the Military University of Technology in Warsaw, Poland. Fantastic facilities and a brilliant arena. Hopefully it will fill up as the riders start to finish. Of course, at the moment they're all in quarantine.
Switch from the foot orienteering to the MTP orienteering. Has improved the previous fastest time that belonged to the local Alexander Staturska. For Staturska was 5:35, and now Muličkova, the Czech, improving that by minute and 11 seconds. 4:24 for Marketa Muličkova, the Czech. She was medalist in foot orienteering in younger categories. Muličkova was 2-time bronze medalist in the relay in the World Junior Championship foot orienteering. She won the gold in the sprint in the European Youth.
So the temperature is up to 24 degrees in Warsaw. You can see the athletes heading out into the forest.
Championships ended with a 13th place in a sprint in MTB orienteering. So quite good result for Marketa Muličkova. She's 22 years of age, 13th in a sprint in Vilnius. So that was her first appearance in MTB orienteering. And now she's taking the lead, but of course the strongest one will follow later. Meanwhile, Breitschadel, Austrian, punched himself at the 3rd intermediate and holds almost 2 minutes in advantage to Michnev. The same 2 minutes he's holding from the 2nd radio control. Krzysztof Rzęsza from Czechia into the 3rd place of the 1st radio control. So Breitschadel will be the leader at the finish, that for sure, for some time. Still Muličkova in the lead for the elite woman. Svoboda, another Czech, leads the men's junior category. And Jade Bossier, the new leader for junior woman. She's beating Ošane's time. The Latvian started really impressively. She holds 1 minute advantage almost at the 2nd radio control to lead Lahti, the medalist from Finland. Jade Bossier, she won the gold on the must start distance. Other 3 events were won by Italian Aurora Ferrari and Jade Bossier won the must start distance. And now her early starter, one of the favorites, Jade Bossier. In the sprint, Jade Bossier was 5th place winner.
So looking at the live results in the women's class, it's Mulakova who's gone through our first split with a lead of over 30 seconds. Magni Chara in 2nd place.
So two-time podium, two medals for Jay, and now she's current leader. And now she's still in the lead on the second racing control, but her advantage from 7 seconds has reduced to only 1 second. And Urshan from Latvia, who started first, losing only 1 second to the medalist from France, Jay Bossier. So really impressive start on Urshan. She was 13th 2 years ago in Hichin. Was her best result in the must start. And still waiting for Katsova. So maybe something going wrong for Teresa Katsova. She started early at the
In the men's race at the moment, Tobias Bretishardel is our fastest through the most recent split, and he has about a 40-second lead. Krzysztof Zenka from Poland, one of the local riders, into second place. Here you can see what the riding conditions are like. You can see the forest is really dense, the track's quite small. This is the current leader, Malakova. Smooth through the control. You can see some of the riders riding in opposite directions. It's going to get very busy in that dense section of the forest. So here she is riding to control 11. She'll be using this opportunity to really look ahead and plan the next technical sections, but also an opportunity to get some quick riding in.
No changes for the moment, but we are waiting how it will resolve into Jay Bossier and Urshan battling so closely. Urshan punched herself on the third radial control. Very soon, not very soon, but after a few minutes, she will punch on the last radial control. That will be radial control number 4. 18:53. She spent 11 and a half minutes from second radial control to the third.
So still riding with Malakova here as she punches.
Maybe she lost some ground sometime here on this third part of the course, and then we'll see Jay Bossier coming soon. Teresa Kagnetsova, as expected, she started earlier than Bossier.
You see how tight some of these corners are on these smaller tracks.
Kagnetsova punched herself, but she's losing 6 minutes to the leaders. That's really a lot of time. Impossible to regain something. Flash, a strong check.
Vi kan också dubbelkolla, Martin, om Intinor-lamporna lyser på Intinor-loggan på den här encoden. Alltså det ska lysa 3 stycken lampor stadigt.
Riding smoothly through this section of the course.
So one of the top 6 finishers. She had only on one occasion she participated in the medal ceremony with his 5th place in the long distance. So Tobias Breitschadel on the 4th radio control, 16:40.
It's also worth saying that the Junior World Mountain Bike Orienteering Championships is being held alongside the race, so there are also some juniors out there in the forest, although we don't have their information. So a quick turn of the bike there, and back out to the track. A nice smooth surface there for some quick riding down to control 15. She'll have to turn the bike again here to exit control 15.
He's so far the 2nd place. Drugamester, correct? Similar. Apologizes. So losing 22 to the Breitschadel. He's the closest one to the Austrian.
You can see some of the juniors in the forest there.
The World Championships last year, he was in top 50. 44th place for him was the best result in a long distance.
And
the European Championship, he was top 40 finisher, 36th in the long distance. So if he will make top 30, that will be excellent start for the Kielak. But Miebelski will battle for top.
there she heads back out.
Sebastian Svart from Sweden started with 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Svensk Sebastian Svart 5 minuter 6 sekunder.
Looks like some hesitation in there.
Plass. Første 3 fortere enn 5 minutter. Still no second control, radio control for the woman. Junior men, it's Antonin Svoboda still holding the lead. He was
Definitely lots of confusion here. This isn't very good.
now he's 28. So Czech holds the lead, but his gap is starting to melt a little bit. 28 seconds. So the Spanish coming closer. So the first 3 juniors has punched themselves at the 3rd radio control. Svoboda from Czechia leads in front of Ferrero from Spain, and 3rd is Jus Sokoski from Finland, who is trailing 50 seconds. It was 27 at the 2nd radio control. Finn lost to Svoboda, but now it's 50. So not so good. The 3rd part for Jus Sokoski. And exactly the same time for leader Lahti and Anja Orsan at the 3rd radio control. It was 50 seconds. Latvian was in front of a medalist from Finland, Lahti, and as I guessed correctly, because of that time, Orsan could lost. Made a mistake, and now she lost 50 seconds to Finn, and they have the same time, and very soon will appear Jade Bossier, the competition leader in the early part.
So here she is then, Mulikova.
The advantage to Orsane, but the Bossier, if she will not
Few small hesitations in there, but execution's been pretty good.
something like that.
And the map exchange. So her time at the map exchange, 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Of course, a 20 to 25 minute expected winning time. I'll be surprised if a lot of the athletes can pull that off. Very, very tricky and quite long courses. And with the map exchange there, the athletes will have minimal time to be able to plan ahead for this next tricky
losing 3.5 minutes at the third ready control to the Lahti and Oshana, the Finn and Latvian. Meanwhile, no changes for the junior woman in the third ready control. Svoboda Czech, leading by 28 seconds in front of Marcos Orero from Spain. And third is Yusukovsky from Finland, trailing 50 seconds. But we are waiting deciding finish between Finland, Lahti and Oshana, Latvia. Oshana started there, so Oshana will appear very soon on the last radio control. And still, Jade Gossier not appearing on a third radio control. And meanwhile, Sophie Stranska, the multiple-time medalist. She's born in 2008, Sophie Stranska.
back to the start, and the athletes are given a minute with the map to be able to set it up in their map board before they head off.
One of the leaders over the junior category. She started excellently. She was beating leader
Greta Dimitrova ready to head out onto the course. We've also had our second female athlete through the map exchange. Satuska has gone through about 3 minutes off the time of Mulakova. And in the men's race, it's still Bretta Schödel who is leading. Christoph Zenker in second place so far. And here is Larsen.
Sophie Stranska started with the fastest time, beating Jade Bossier by 25 seconds, something like that. 27 seconds. And as Sophie Stranska, remember, she had an excellent World Junior Championships 2 years ago, winning the gold in a middle distance, winning the same gold in a long distance, silver in a must start. In the spring, she was 8th.
Larsen, one of the Swedish riders in the women's class.
In Lithuania, she was 2 times 7th in a sprint and also in a middle, so not so good start. Only one medal individual came for Sophie Stranska in a long distance, where she was 2nd, and she won with the team.
Interesting route choice there to control 12.
2023, 2 individual golds, only 1 silver. This European Championships was not so satisfactory for a very strong youngster from Republic.
And there's a strong team of Lithuanian riders. This is Masa Juveti.
Very soon will come a leader, Lahti. And Finn is leading by 13 seconds. On the third radio control, they had the Lahti and Oshana at the same time. And now Finn will overtake most likely. Leader Lahti vyňavi bronzový distanci, så det startet det piektā vietas sprintā garajā. Tā kā ļoti spēcīgs somietu un līdzīgi cīnās ar Ošanas parādu. Mūsu Ošana arī labi šodien sprint veikusi. So Lahti was 5th in the sprint and middle distance. Bronze medalist in the middle, leader Lahti.
Back following Larsen here through this section of the course.
For the youth category.
The track network a lot less dense in here.
Last year in Bulgaria, she was 3rd bronze medalist at the European Championships. No, in Australia, she was bronze medalist in the long distance.
And it looks like we've got our first finisher.
It looks like
The last few controls really are just a sprint finish.
She has set the fastest times from the first radio control. And here comes
So British Idol, our first finisher.
take the lead. The Finn.
Okay, thank you.
Bronze medalist in the middle distance in this year's European Championships. And last year she won here through the European Youth bronze in the middle.
Looks like he's pleased with his race. His finish time, 28 minutes and 1 second.
Championship title 13 years ago in 2012. Bronze medal middle distance in 2011. And she's also the European sprint champion 17 years ago, Tobias Breitschadl. With the finishing time 28:01. Meanwhile, Lida Lahti. Oh. At the end, she's 7 seconds faster. She was 13th in the last radio control, but at the finish, 7 seconds faster than Latvia.
Finland's Tatu Altonen has gone 4 seconds faster than British Idol in the men's race at the first split. Here you can see the route choice from Larsen.
Slowly, gradually, but increasing her time. On the first radio control, she was leading 27 seconds in front of Jade Bossier. Now those 27 seconds has turned to 45. So almost double. Leader. Meanwhile, Justin Brasaider from Lithuania, the fastest on the women's side. 5 seconds faster than Mari Kamarito and the Czech. But still, they are slower than Marketa Mulichkova, who has punched herself with the fastest time on the third radio control.
And now she approaches the map exchange, where we'll get an intermediate split.
Yusukowski. Remember Yusukowski, the youth participant, 3 times on the podium in Lithuania, the youth European Championships, 3rd bronze medalist in the
So Elvira Larsen.
gold medalist in the relay. Yusukowski with the 29:24. That's the fastest time, but at the 4th radio control, he's losing to the Czech Antonin Svoboda. 1.5 minutes.
She punches at the control then into 3rd position. So 4 seconds down on the time of Magni Chiara from Italy. And it's still Mulikova that leads at that point.
Breitschadl from Austria.
And now Larsen into the second intricate section of forest and track.
He's the only finisher so far in a men's elite. And Yusukowski, the only junior finisher. And here comes from Czech Republic, Antonin Svoboda. That could be Antonin Svoboda going for the new leading time. One of the strongest Czechs. And of course, we have Jakub Rachansky, the medalist. We are missing Radek Lesaga. But Antonin Svoboda. He was a gold medal winner in the relay with a teammate 2 years ago in the European Youth Championships. And this year in Lithuania, he was 8th in a longer 9th in a sprint distance.
So the GPS of Umbrasite.
Another Czech.
But that looked like our first female finisher.
She had the fastest times. Second biggest championship.
Was that Mulichova? Think so.
The winner in the foot orienteering in the youth category. And Estonia. Arredo from Spain started first. He was in top 30 in all three distances with a precisely 29th place in the middle long and must start distances. And here comes a Polish, first Polish athlete in the final straight.
So Malichkova's time at the finish was 27 minutes and 40 seconds. So that is the new time to beat. And no one's ridden faster through the map exchange just yet. Here's Justa Umbrasite. She was 10 seconds down on the time of Malichkova at the first split.
Orienteering medalist and the champion sets the fastest time so far, 27:40 for the Czech. And she has been fastest since the first radial control. She's 10 seconds faster than Lithuanian Justa Umbrasite. Remember Mountainbike taking the third place in a sprint in Lithuania Vilnius. And Poland as well. Meanwhile, Lithuanian, who is closest to her.
Riding well through the terrain here. Punching smoothly.
Losing to her 10 seconds. And to Aaltonen from Finland, coming closer to Breitschadel, but still unable to beat the Austrian time at the first radial control. Tobias holds the leading time there, 4 minutes 19. And Tato Aaltonen, second fastest there, Finn losing to the Austrian 4 seconds. And then the third is Martin Illich from Austria, the third fastest time.
So through the close controls before a pretty 50-50 route choice. We've seen a lot of people choosing the Western option from 14 to 15.
On the first three radial controls, the last year world junior champion in the must start distance, and now she lost some big ground.
And she turns the bike here.
The current sprint champion representing Italy. This is another Italian. Would be Mikhail Wild. Mikhail Wild last year in the junior category. He was the 33rd in the sprint, the 32nd in the long distance, so close to the top of 30. Wild at the World Junior Championships 2 years ago in Yiching. And now only Jay Bossier in a finish 3.5 minutes. So remember last year, Jay Bossier started the sprint event outside the top 10 with the 5th place. She was 4th in the middle, and then in the long distance, Jay Bossier won the bronze.
And we're back at the map exchange. This is Italy's Stella Verotti. You might notice she's wearing the black armband. Athletes have chosen to wear a black armband today to pay respect to Mattia De Bertollis, who was an Italian international orienteer, and he fell ill during the middle race at the World Games in China and sadly passed away. So lots of the Italian athletes choosing to pay their respects by wearing a black armband today.
So men lead Brad Shadel from Austria leads 28.01. In second place, Krzysztof Rzęcza from Poland, losing 2 minutes 47. And third is Ilga Michnia from Bulgaria. On a women's elite side in the finish, Marketa Mulichkova leads in front by almost 3-minute advantage to Alexandra Shatuska from Poland. And third is Theodora.
Back here with Larson, who's approaching the final part of the course. You can see the speed that the riders are finishing at here. So looking out for the Swedish kit of Larson.
Junior man, it's Svoboda with the leading time, the only one faster than 27 minutes, 26.52. And now
She's not going to beat
losing 11 seconds.
the time of Mulichkova.
Is Mikhail Wild in Italy, losing half minute. And Yusukoski from Finland into the fourth place. Nelias.
There she is into the final couple of legs of the race. Is this going to be a new second best time at the finish?
Meanwhile, Jocelyn Lauret, very good placement with very good results.
Larson looks like she'll finish ahead of Sachuska here, but a minute down on the time of Marketa Mulichkova.
He was fifth in the middle, fourth in the long, seventh in the sprint. So Lauret also one of the top athletes, but of course Leclerc and Lesquer has more medals than Jocelyn Lauret. Spain on the men's side, Enric Jose Esteban just reached the finish. Jose Esteban from Spain, born in 1998. Best result at the World Championships in Bulgaria was 40th place in a long distance, the only top 40 finish for Esteban. In Vilnius, he was 25th in a long distance. Must start. Krzysztof
Du kan
Roniak
trycka på
started
röda
very
knappen
good.
på ATEM-minin också.
He's faster than Tobias Breitschadel by 11 seconds. Krzysztof Roniak started with 4 minutes 8 seconds at the fastest time on the first ride control for the
Umbra site at the map exchange, and she is 15 seconds down on the time of Mulichkova, so some work to do in the final parts of this sprint race.
losing to the leader 4 minutes.
But it's the Czech athlete that leads.
On the one side, Marketa Mulichkova still unbeatable. Almost minute advantage. She's carrying Elvira Larsson from Sweden. Is the only woman losing less than minute to Mulichkova. 54 seconds separating Czech Mulichkova and Swedish Larsson. Remember Larsson. For Elvira Larsson is the first World Championships. She has competed at the European Championships. She was fourth in a sprint, eighth in a long distance. That was in Ostruda last year. She has won the bronze in the European Championships. And Elvira Larsson is a World Junior Champion in long distance 8 years ago, and silver medalist in sprint 8 years ago. And in 2015 she won the bronze in the long distance. So she has all the medals in the World and European Junior Championships. And searching for first individual medal. She was so close last year with the 4th place in the sprint. So Larsson was so close last year in the sprint event to the medal. In Ostruda. Splitter won, Andrushanina was second, and Devilliers from France was third, and Elvira Larsson finishing into the 4th place in front of Ursina Jägi and Ruska Saarela. And Ruska Saarela 1 year later. Not 1 year later.
Back at the start, this is Switzerland's Lucia Almani.
And the European Saarela was only 6th. Still nobody can beat Mulichkova's time on the first radiant control. But the good news for the Polish as I said, because Krzysztof Broniak was the fastest in the first radial control, but Krzysztof unable to keep this speed and precisement. He's starting to lose the time on the second radial control. He's losing 20 seconds to Bright Shadow, and on the third radial control, Broniak already more than a minute behind Bright Shadow. That was promising start for the Krzysztof Broniak on the first part with the leading time, and then starting to lose, and now he's trailing. Broniak, remember, 2004.
And you can see at the start they're taking the time to plan their first few legs and just get an idea of what to expect from their course. Back with the bike camera.
One of the strongest, Sophie Stranska. In Yichin, she won 2 gold medals. 3 months ago in Vilnius, she was 2 times in a podium, individually only once with a silver medal in the long distance. And now Sophie Stranska sets the fastest time. She has been the fastest all the way through, starting from the first control. And now in the finish, 24:06.
This is Lithuania's Agna Musivaita.
And she's beating a previous leader Lahti time by more than 2 minutes.
Choosing the eastern route to control 15.
Still in the top 3 with a third result.
That means she doesn't have to turn the bike. And it's a smooth exit to head out to 16.
But the last 3 years, she's only in the junior category competing.
A few route choice options for control 16 as well. Looks like she's choosing to stay north. And looks like the chains come off on the camera bike.
So, last gold medal for Sophie Stranska. Individual gold medal was 2 years ago in Yichin on home soil with 2 golds in the middle and long distance. Yes, she won the gold in Vilnius, but with the teammates in the relay, but individual was not so. Last year, Ferrari from Italy was dominating with 3 victories.
So choosing the northern route for control 16 on the quickest track. And it won't be long until she is at the map exchange and we'll have an intermediate split.
And also Lithuania, Lietuva. Still on a woman, on a men's junior category, Svoboda from Czech Republic leads in front of Jocelyn Loré by 11 seconds, and Michael Will from Italy to the 3rd place. So 2 Lithuanians just behind each other. Women's category led by Sophie Stranska from Czech Republic in front of Finnish leader Lahti and Latvian Anja Uosanen. The Swedish Henny Löfgren finishing 4th. Minute behind, not minute, but almost minute behind the podium, and more than 3 minutes behind the lead.
Czechia's Kamaritova.
The Swede. For Henny Löfgren in Lithuania, in Vilnius at the European Championships. She is still the youth category rider. She was 12.
Riding the final part of this course.
Was in the middle with Löfgren's 12th place in the middle distance in Lithuania.
Not much navigation to be done after control 27.
And meanwhile, we have new leader on the men's elite, Tatu Aaltonen from Finland, Suomi. Remember, Tatu Aaltonen, first year elite rider.
So Kamaritova has a minute to be at the finish to challenge the time of her teammate Molichkova.
He was 7th in the must start, 12th in the middle, and 25th in the sprint. So the longer distances were better.
It's Larson that sits in 2nd place so far, but here is Kamaritova.
Junior championships sprint. And so
40 seconds to punch at the finish to take a new lead time here at the finish. Is she going to do it?
Finn and longer time leader, Austrian Tobias
She rounds the corner and it's a final sprint. And Kamaratova is going to take a new lead at the finish then, a lead of 22 seconds. So a new time to beat at the finish, 27 minutes and 18 seconds. Marie Kamaratova, our new leader. Milakova into the silver medal position and Larson into the bronze medal position. But a great ride there for Kamaratova.
Only those two checks has been faster than 28 minutes, which was the third time, and leader Larson 28:34, losing minute at 16 to Kamaritova. Maria Kamaritova, born in 1991, in Gichin, she was 21st in sprint, 15th in the middle, and 38th in the master.
They can feature at Jødesen here. Another of the Lithuanian athletes.
More than 40 athletes to come. Very good start for another Czech, Lutina Gamlela, the fastest time 4:03. She's faster by 20 seconds than Molichkova. Yeah, Molichkova started faster than Kamaritova. And still on the second radial control, Molichkova had a 19 seconds advantage on Kamaritova. But then the positions change on the third radial control when Kamaritova earned a lead. Quite a nice lead there. By 47 seconds. So it means that Marketa Molichkova made a mistake on the third part of the race towards the third radial control, and then she lost.
So she's just less than 2 minutes down on the time of Milakova at the map exchange. So that puts her into fourth position.
Added some 4 another seconds, and now she's 22 in front. Kamaritova first, Molichkova second, and Larsson in the third place. That the standings, the top 3 in the finish so far for the women elite.
So we've got a comparison here of Umbrasite and Kamaratova.
Elite lead led by Tato Aaltonen from Finland. 2 minutes advantage to Tobias Breitscheid, Austrian, and third is Sebastian Sward, Sweden. So, like for the men and women lead, third place belongs to the Sweden so far. And now we switch to junior category. Let's start with the men, the junior.
So you can see a poor route choice there from Umbrasite. Means Kamaritova has managed to gain that time.
From Italy, terzo posto, losing half minute, 30 seconds to the leader. And what about women junior category? Sophie Stranska,
And Umbrasite into the final part of the course. We'll see her at the finish very shortly.
and the third place, Treshavita, Anja Orsane, Latvia. She's 4 seconds in front of Lola Koll, France.
We'll see how her time compares. Yeah, she's lost time there.
So close to the podium with the 4th place, losing to the Latvian Orsane, only 4 seconds. Lola Koll, born in 2005. It means that she's 2 years older than Orsane. She's trailing at the currently. Lola Koll was 10th in the long distance and 5th in the Mastart at the World Junior Championship last time. So best result in the Mastart followed by Koll with 5th place. And in
So looking out for the Lithuanian jersey of Umbrasite.
distance, 16th in the Mastart and bronze medalist with the teammate she was in the sprint. Last year, Lola Koll here in Ostruda in Poland was 2 times
She's going to be quite a long way down off the lead of Kamaritova. Riding well in the final part of the course. But a late mistake there, costing her some time. And she finishes in fourth position, so just off of the medal position so far. And it's still Kamaratova that leads, with Molokova in second. And it looks like Kamaratova managed to catch 40 seconds on Molokova in that final technical section of the course. Really difficult for the athletes to do such intricate navigation with oxygen debt at the end of the sprint. This is Gustafsson in the far part of the course. Gustafsson riding for Sweden.
Austrian goes into the third place, 3:35 behind. So two Austrians in top three, Breitscheider with the second place and Martin Illig with the third result.
Maybe you can meet her on the opposite, in the opposite direction when she comes back after some control.
He's 23 years younger than Breitscheider 2 years ago. Illig was 30th in long distance and 31st in the middle.
And looks like she's choosing the western route here to control 15.
The European Championships was 26 in the middle distance. That was in 2023.
So that means she'll have to turn the bike as she heads to 16. Back at the start for the local rider Anna Kaminska.
Swada moved to the fourth place and Sweden trailing 1 minute behind the podium, which is completed by two Austrians. But
Martin
still
gå till
Finland's
startkameran
lead by
och titta
Tato
på den.
Altonen, 25:57. Double lead for Czech Republic on the women's side. Kamaritova first and Mulichkova second. And Elvira Larsson into the third place. Then used the Umbra side from Lithuania into the fourth. Lithuania losing to the podium 1.5 minutes. Statulska, Polish girl, into the fifth place. Yeah, I could say Statulska, a Polish girl, comparing with both Anna's very experienced Polish riders. Meanwhile, Antoine Lesquer from France and Thomas Zhnik from Czechia going faster than Antonin Svoboda. Antoine Lesquer from France. And here comes one of the Italians. That could be Rado Kalts. He was a medalist in Lithuania at the European Championships. It's Rado Kalts. Rado Kalts won the sprint. He's the European sprint champion in the junior category. He was third in the middle distance. Under 17. But in a junior category, it was Montani, Matteo Traversi, who was bronze medalist behind Leclerc and Lesquer.
So Gustafsson punching at 16, which means we expect to see her at the map exchange very shortly for an intermediate split. It was Mulichkova who was leading at that point before Kamaratova took the lead at the finish.
Thomas Zhnik was 13th in the long distance. That was best result for him at the European Championship for Lithuania. In top 20, he was also in the middle distance. 2 years ago.
So here is Karen Gustafsson, and this is a new lead then, a lead of almost a minute.
Outside top 30.
So Gustafsson, 16 minutes and 25 seconds at that point. Looks like she's riding in a group as well.
Antoine Lesquer won the silver at the World Junior Championships in the middle distance. The bronze. In the must start. He was silver medalist at the European Championships in a sprint in Lithuania in the main. calls in the second place. Secondo posto.
Nedemelova
Perdere 9 seconds.
choosing the eastern route to control 15.
Finland in the finish, and then we can see two Spanish riding side by
Again,
side.
riding in a group.
So standings for the junior men so far. Zergide, but maybe not for a long time. But still 9 seconds in front of Radocalt, Italy.
Looks like she's riding with Lucia Alamani,
2 seconds behind Radocalt.
the Swiss rider.
And France. Svoboda, Kaltz, and
But
Lauren.
here, Nedemelova
Junior woman. Czech Stranska first. And then Spanish Sophie Martinez Gomes goes into the second place. Sophie Martinez Gomes, what a good performance for the Spanish. Sophie Martinez Gomes last year for the junior category. She was 18th in the must start last year, the World Junior Championships. And in Vilnius, she was 18th in the long and middle distance. And best result for Gomes came in a sprint where she finished 15th.
back to the finish. Musayevic a long way down off the lead here.
Out of the podium to the fourth place. Lida Lahti still holds the podium place with the third result. First Stranska, Gomes a second, and Lahti third. Latvian Ocean a fourth, and French Cole into the fifth. So elite men. Tato Altonen still unbeatable in the finish right now. Bright Shadow, very long time in the second place, and Martin Illich, second post in the top three with the result. Svarda Swedish fourth, Schenza Poland fifth, and Esteban Enrique into the sixth place. Kogler third, West Austrian into the seventh place. And the women's is standing Kamaritova first, Mulichkova second, and Larsson third, Umbrasaite, Ketvertoja Sveta fourth, Lithuania.
Nice to meet you.
Lutina Demleno started faster than Kamaritova, and on the second radio control, Anna Tkachuk losing some 6 minutes to the leaders.
För kommande dagar får vi sista podiet 50 meter.
Second radio control, and she's faster than Mulichkova, and Kamaritova also on the third radio control. She is more than minute. Gustafsson faster than Kamaritova, third radio control.
Nedemelova riding well. Looking out for her then at the map exchange. Will she ride faster than Gustafsson? It's going to be tight here.
4 years ago in the last championships. She finished without result at the European Championships in the sprint and middle distance, born in 1992. 21st in the sprint, she was at the World Championships, 17th in the middle. So some around top 20 finisher, Karin Gustafsson. Let's see what she will produce on the fourth part, towards the fourth radio control. Nobody threatens the alternate time from the next starters, but there are plenty of very strong athletes waiting in their appearance. Poland on the final straight. Onari Latvijas fastās finiša taisnē.
So here's a comparison then of Kamaritova, our current leader at the finish, with the Swedish athlete Gustafsson, who is ahead. This is a big lead for Gustafsson. She has to execute this technical part of the course correctly. We know that that's where Kamaritova caught the time on her teammate. It was Mulichkova who was leading before this technical part, and she lost time, and Kamaritova took the lead. So Gustafsson riding well. Good execution.
He was the fifth in a sprint. And then on the podium in the middle.
Again, once she gets to 26, it's fairly straightforward there to just be able, well, 27, to just be able to put your head down and ride hard into the finish.
It was 4 different athletes winning the titles last year. Emil Koskinen won the sprint. His teammate Evert Kentamius was best in the middle distance. And Austrian Hannes Knilic won the long distance. And the Mustard was won by...
But very clean navigation here from Gustafsson.
From France. That was on the men's side. But then Pecorari from Italy won the 3 gold medals. And then the French Bossier was the 2nd gold medalist, winning Mustard distance. Nouti Toivonen has started faster than Leskeren Svoboda, and Finn is the only one faster than 7 minutes on a 2nd radio control.
A few more controls to go, and then we might be seeing a new leader at the finish. Of course, mistakes can still happen. But this is a fantastic performance from the Swedish rider.
Toinen see a 2nd place, 20 seconds she's trailing to the Sophie Stranska. Remember, previous 2nd place, Gomes from Spain was more than 2 minutes behind, and now Emma Langer, much closer to Sophie Stranska, 20 seconds she's trailing. And the strong Swiss Malin.
Looks like we're back at the map exchange here.
Seconds gap to Stranska on a 2nd radio control, punching herself by 20 seconds behind Stranska.
Lou Garson
Marika Laamanen, 2nd,
off the pace here.
also among top 5, but losing 24 seconds to Sophie Stranska. Malin Röhl appeared with the gold medal in Lithuania. Meanwhile, Emma Lang, who is lying in the 2nd place.
And back to the GPS of Gustafsson, who's still riding cleanly here.
Last year in
Definitely in contention for a new lead at the finish.
2007, so first year for her in a junior class. Emma Lange won the 4 medals. Emma Lange last year was a world youth champion in sprint, silver medalist in the middle and bronze medalist in the long and the relay. So Emma Lange, the last year youth
So back in the arena then as we start to look out for our new leader, potentially. Karen Gustafsson of Sweden. Here she is.
and good news for the Denmark, Sophie Ockels Jensen.
So this is going to be a big lead then. 2 minutes to get across the finish line to take a lead.
Sophie Ockels Jensen,
Kamaratova will be pushed down into 2nd place, and it will be Karen Gustafsson who will cross the line into a new gold medal time, pushing hard into the finish.
in top 10 was the long distance with the same.
Her time 25 minutes and 29 seconds, so getting much closer to the expected winning time. Fantastic ride there from the Swedish athlete Gustafsson.
Distance, Ockels Jensen was outside top 10, was a sprint with the 12th position. 8 she was in the middle, 8 in the mustard, and 9 she was in the long distance. Sophie Stranska leads in front of Emma Lange, and the 3rd is Sophie Ockels Jensen. It's Czechia, Finland, and Denmark. Then Spain is Gomes 4th, and Finland the 2nd is Finn Lahti into the 5th place. Then the junior women category. The junior men category, Antoine Lesquer from France. Fastest time in front of Czech, Antonin Svoboda, 1.5 minutes. And Rado Kalc, Italian in the 3rd, Jocelyn Laure, 2nd, best Frenchman in the 4th place, Michael Wild in the 5th place, and then into the 6th line, Eto Mukhonen.
So here's a comparison from control 15 to 16. Lots of people taking this northern route. And you can see this is Gustafsson in comparison to Meyers and Nedomlomova.
So Finland was with the victory, and then the 2nd best Finn was Evert Kentamius.
And it looks like Nedomlomova is just ahead.
So in elite men, standings at the finish. Tato Aaltonen. No changes. Aaltonen 1st, Rajchadel 2nd, and Illich 3rd. Finland, Austria, Austria. Then Krzysztof Broniak, the best Pole, into the 4th place.
Interesting route choice here from Nedumilova. We haven't seen anyone taking this route yet, I don't think. But it means she won't have to turn the bike at control 16, but a much slower path to ride down.
But if you have the name Bartosz, you can make it maybe top 6 at the end, not in the middle part. Yeah, you are able to follow the online results at the center.sportident.com. Center.sportident.com online results. You are able to follow. And now, after the long time when we had this Czech lead, now we have a new leader. That's Karin Gustafsson from Sweden.
Looks like another different route choice here from Nedumilova.
Mari Kamarita was timed by minute 49. Karin Gustafsson, the new leader, 25 and 29. She spent on the course, as I told earlier. Karin Gustafsson at the World Championships has been 17.
So here she is then at the finish, and this will be a new lead time. So faster than Karin Gustafsson. So Lucy Nedumilova into a new lead, 24 minutes and 40 seconds. So the first to break the 25-minute barrier.
She's 49 seconds in front of Gustafsson, and Mari Kamarita securing 2 checks on a podium so far. Nedumilova first, Kamarita was second. Lucy Nedumilova, 23 years of age. Last World Championship was 24th in the sprint, 21st in the middle distance. It was best result for Lucy Nedumilova so far. In Vilnius, she was 15th in the sprint, 17th in the middle distance. So best performance for Nedumilova in Vilnius at UB Championship.
So less than 20 minutes worth of starts to go, which means less than 10 riders. Here you can see the route of Nedumilova in comparison to Gustafsson, but it looks like Haga is ahead of them at that point.
Fourth place Estonian, losing 17 seconds to Kamarita to the third place so far.
So Haga looking to challenge the lead at the map exchange. Looks like a pretty big gap here as well.
So far. Ellery here producing a very good result. Remember Stockton, born in 1988, when Erika Salome won the gold in the track cycling in the Seoul in Korea Olympic Games. 2 weeks ago, Ellery here was 16th in the sprint, 24th in the middle, 25th in the long distance, and 16th. Repeating the sprint success also in the must-start distance. So Ellery here searching for top 10 finisher. Best result for Ellery here was 15th place 6 years ago with the World Championship long distance. 15th place so far, and the 16th 2 years ago in the 2 disciplines. So 15th, 16th place for Ellery here so far. And now she's lying in the 4th place, hoping for her first top 10 finish, or maybe second top 15 in her career.
So looking out at the map exchange for Finland's Antonia Haga. Judging by the GPS, she is in contention here for a new lead at the changeover.
Junior men category, Antoine Lesker holds the lead in front of Antonin Svoboda. One is Antoine, another Antonin, very similar names for the French.
But she'll have to be quick here.
An Italian Rado Calzi, the 3rd place.
She's got to be here in 10 seconds to beat the time of Hlinka.
Down into the 5th place. Michael Wilde into the 6th, and Eto Muhonen.
But no sign of her.
Result producing Antonin Svensson. Last time, best Swede was Melvin Löfgren last year with the 11th place. And now Swede can make top 10. Arvid Svensson last year for him in
So it's Jana Hnilka who leads at the map exchange. Looking out for Haga.
Svensson in top 5.
There she is.
in top 20 only in one
So into second position, faster than Nadim Lelova.
So France leading the men junior category with Antoine Lesquer. On the women junior category, it's a Czech, Sophie Stranska. But Miri Brunstedt from
I
Denmark.
can see an interesting route choice here from Meyers.
Finnish Laamanen a little bit slower.
That's definitely a mistake. That will cost her a lot of time.
Elite Tato Altonen by Finland. And the women's elite class by Nedam Lelova, Czechia. So Czechia leads the women's junior, women's elite class.
Kucharova here. Another of the Czech athletes.
Here's Lithuania. Also Poland. Lithuania, Poland in the final straight. So Jana Knilica from Austria doing very good. Minute in front of Nedam Lelova on a
Struggling to cross the traffic there.
control. But that's only
Ooh.
the middle part of the race for the sprint at these World Championships MTB Orienteering in Warsaw.
Looks like she overshot the path, but she's corrected it well.
For the juniors, but only the approaching middle part.
And looks like more technical problems here for the
Not started yet.
riding camera. So Kucharova, a mistake here, definitely.
Miri Brunstedt
That road marked as out of bounds.
of her life. At the European Junior Championship in Vilnius 3 months ago, she was 2 times 8 in a sprint and also in long distance. 11th in the middle. Last year in Ostruda, she was 11th in a sprint, producing best result there. At the World Championship, she has been 17th in a sprint. So Norgard going for probably best result, if not making a mistake later.
Yeah, that's not looking good for Kucharova.
From Czech Republic. Second is Finnish Lange. And Malin Lara Röhl also doing good race. She lost to Sophie Stranska on second radio control 21 seconds.
Här har vi
And now the
227
Swiss
måste jag ha gått
is
om då.
in the lead, beating Stranska's time by 4 seconds. That is on the third radio control. Now it's getting interesting. Malin Lara Röhl. She competed in the European Championship so far. And she is current European sprint champion. Last year in Australia.
Not entirely sure what's going on here with Kucharova. She's riding back out to the road here.
It's getting interesting. Malin Lara Röhl. Now it's
You can
decided
see Haga choosing the western route to control 15.
to win the gold. Greetings to Lithuanian team, Vilnius. So Lithuania had an excellent home championship 3 months ago in Vilnius. Michelle is winning complete set of medals and also
So Kucharova
give them its Govina.
just retracing her steps to start again from control 13 to correct herself there.
Winning the silver in a long distance.
At the finish then, this is Lou Garçon from France. Not a particularly quick ride for her today. She'll be over 5 minutes off the pace.
And also the Danish Norgard doing very good in Laamanen for Finland.
And it's Jana Knilica who is leading at the finish, a 6-second lead. 6 seconds faster than Nadim Lelova.
Points for the Czech supporters.
And Garçon not looking too pleased with her ride there.
Changes for the junior men's. Longer time, the leader Lesquer from France. Svoboda second and Radokal third. No changes. Now, and the Jana Knilica from Austria. Jana Knilica, the new leader by 6 seconds, improving Nedam Lelova's time. Jana Knilica, 24-34 the new leader. And Swedish Gustafsson moved to the third place. Kamarito outside the top 3 with the fourth result. Kir from Estonia teams. Biskoft Ellerik Hero and Mulichkova lying in the 6th place. And Jana Luscher, Alemania,
Yeah,
is
we hear you,
from
Pat.
Switzerland, is the 7th and second best among Janas because Jana Knilica from other country from Austria is the best.
So here you can see athletes riding to control 12, I think. And yeah, it looks like Kucharova missing the junction completely. So it's Haga that leads at that point, even though Kucharova was ahead. Tychovska, one of the big names, and she's down off the pace here. Tychovska was second at the 2024 MTBO World Champs in the sprint race. She was beaten by Ruska Sarela. So last year's silver medalist Tychovska. But she's not quite riding at the pace of the current leaders. Frances Mears riding into the finish now, about 3 minutes off the pace of current leader Nilika. Strong finish, and that puts her into 5th position. So 5th place for France's Lohan Mears.
Result, he's born in 1983 at the European Championship. He has been 14 8th in the sprint, and at the World Championships in Egypt 2 years ago, 51st in the sprint. But the best result for Renat so far was 42nd place in the middle distance.
Tychovska approaching the map exchange. Well, this is Constance Devier from France, less than a minute off the pace, and that puts her inside the top 5 with some work to do in the final part of this course. Anything can happen in the last intricate technical section. Yeah, you can see the different executions. Haga, a poor route choice there. That will cost her some time. And with that, she's fallen off the pace of Nedum Lelova and Gustafsson. But looking out at the finish for Antonia Haga of Finland, she's already a minute off the pace of current leader Jana Hnilika. But she could still do enough for a spot inside the top 5. Well, and Rita, at the finish, this could be a spot inside the top 6 Of course, the top 6 are the podium positions. In fact, she's challenging a top 3 position here. It's going to be tight. Could this be a new lead at the finish for Celine Vellenreiter? Wait for live results to update. But I think this could be a new lead here. And here is Haga, and she is 2.5 minutes off the pace, which puts her in 4th position, potentially 5th, depending on the time of the Swiss athlete.
She was hoping to win the gold medal after 2 years, but now she must settle for another medal. But remember, Lara Röhl. She's losing to Emmerika Laamanen, that is faster than Stranska by 2 seconds on the last radio control. Lara Röhl, another medal contender. And not forget about Miri Brunsten Nørgaard from Denmark. She has the fastest time on the third radio control.
Live results not yet updated for Vellenreiter, potentially in with a chance of a new lead at the finish. But last year's sprint champion Ruska Saarela is half a minute off the pace here. Currently sitting in 3rd position. Ruska Saarela at the map exchange here. One final part of the course to go, the intricate section, the tricky section of path. We've seen athletes catch up 40 seconds in this part of the course before, but this is a big ask for the defending champion. Tilda Palm from Sweden, choosing the western route to control 15.
And she will try to add the gold she earned in Vilnius in May in a sprint at the European Championship to repeat the same, also the World Championships here in Warsaw. At the moment, nobody else is threatening the Malin Rauto. She was losing to Emmerika Laamanen 14 seconds on the last radio control, but then Malin Röhl going like a Swiss express train on the last part.
Of course, the Junior World Championships is happening alongside this event. Lots of excitement within the arena for our under-20s. And I can confirm that there is a new leader at the finish. Celine Vellenreiter from Switzerland did in fact take a new leading time, 8 seconds faster than Jana Nilika. So the Austrian pushed down into 2nd place and Nedum Lelova into 3rd.
Good result for the Spanish Gomes with the 6th, Lida Lahti being 3rd among the Finns with the 7th place.
So Palm should be approaching the map changeover fairly shortly, and we'll get an idea of her performance on the course so far.
last year in the youth category at the European Championships. Now, Irmante Al United 12th place. Al United with third, best in the sprint in Ostruda, and won the long distance in Poland last year. So we have to wait.
Camilla Sogod,
She could change the place.
almost 2 minutes off the pace.
Can I believe my eyes? Marco Pello from Bulgaria in the second place.
Sogod, the bronze medalist from 2022.
Antoine Lesquer holds the lead, but Marco Pello losing 8 seconds and settling for the silver right now. Nuti Toivonen third, Anthony Svoboda.
And here is Tilda Palm, 24 seconds off the pace of Hanilka.
Marco Pello was best Bulgarian last year with a result in top 20. Marco Pello was 18th last year.
And back to the arena for De Villiers. And it's not going to be enough for a new lead, but this could still be a top 6 position. She's outside of the medal positions, just 14 seconds dividing the top 3. And she goes into 4th position, 16 seconds off the lead of Wellen Rita.
The same performance, the same result for the Pello. From 13th to 16th place. But now he's among the medalists so far. Marco Pello.
A strong ride there from the French athlete, and it's getting tight at the top of the results. Just 16 seconds dividing the top 4. Nicoline Splitoff. We're waiting for her at the map exchange. Another big name in the world of MTBO. She got a silver medal back at the 2022 World Championship sprint event. But she hasn't had a sprint medal since, so she'll be looking to challenge the leading times here. But she's off the pace. Here she is at the map exchange. And it's a new second fastest time. 17 seconds down on the time of Jana Hnilika.
And some changes. Martin Illich, vierte Platz, moved to the 4th place because Michael Makla from Estonia into the top 3. In the third, Kolmaskov, Michael Makla, 2 minutes 17 behind Altonen, and only 13 seconds behind Breitschardt, who holds the
All of the athletes have now started. Our final starter was the Finnish athlete Marika Hara. Of course, this is just in the women's race. Still plenty of men still preparing to go out. Our last male starter is at 2:45.
2 years ago in each in the top 10 with the and he has won the 4th place in the relay at the youth European Championship foot orienteering, Michael Makla.
So we've got a comparison here of Nedim Lelova, De Villiers and Palm.
After 1.5 hours, some small changes with the 3rd place, Illich 4th and Makla from Estonia 4th. And what about ladies? Yeah, there are some changes. Remember, last time I said that was Jana
Palm riding very well here.
moved to the 2nd place.
Similar time to De Villiers, who's just come into the top 5. She was just 16 seconds off the lead.
Into the 4th place.
Back at the arena. Another strong finisher here. This is last year's champion, Ruska Sarala, and she is off the pace. She is not going to be able to defend her title today. In fact, I've got that completely wrong. She's got a 20-second lead here at the finish. So she will ride faster than Celine Valenrita.
She's 24 years of age. The best result for her came
Wait for a confirmation of her time when she downloads, but that looks like it will be a new lead.
Was in a sprint, just behind Cecilie Kristoffersen from Denmark.
Last year's sprint champion looking to defend her title.
In Vilnius, she was 7th in the sprint. So, for Velodrome, the last two championships, World and European in the sprint, has been in top 10. 10 in a World
So her time at the finish, 24 minutes and 1 second. So that's 25 seconds faster than
but not for a long time. Here comes
Celine Vellenrita, who has been pushed down into the silver medal position, and Jana Hnilke into third.
this year. The Greens capital of Europe, Vilnius City. I remember from
Here's Gustafsson. And she is way down off the pace here, over a minute and a half down, which puts her in 12th position.
by 25 seconds. Ruska Saarela. And Ruska Saarela is the title defender. Ruska Saarela won the title last year in Bulgaria, beating Martina Tichowska and Nikolin Splitov. And Ruska Saarela was followed by 9 seconds at Tichowska and by 12 seconds at Splitov and Andersonina. Andersonina has the same time, almost the same time as Splitov, to the 3rd and 4th place there. Devi 5th, Gustafsson 6th so far. Not so good start for the junior champion from last year, Pecorari. She's losing 1.5 minutes on the first radio control to the leaders.
So Gustafsson into the last section of the course.
Let's see it for the standings. Yeah, interesting standings. Oh, and the title defender in the junior category, Emil Koskinen, second radio control, losing 50 seconds to Noti Toivonen, who's leader there. But the Finnish leader, Lesker, is half minute.
So Finland's Ruska Saarela leading at the finish, a lead of 25 seconds. She managed to pull up about a minute from handover from the map exchange, where she was 36 seconds down off the pace. Here is Pecorari.
And for Koskinen, this is not the last year. He will compete for the juniors also next year. He's born in 2006. It's a very crucial part for Emil Koskinen, whether he will return for the competition for medals or not. Alexi Pesso also another.
And we're back at the finish now for Camilla Sogard. One of the favourites for the race, but it's not to be today. She is down in 6th position. It might not even be enough for a top 6. Some issues here with the bike as well. Yeah, her chains come off there. That's not good to see. And that's going to put her outside of the top 6. This is Tilda Palm. This could be a new 3rd best time at the finish. 26 seconds off the pace of Saarela. And just 1 second off the silver medal. That's how tight it is here. So bronze medal position at the finish so far for Palm.
Hasn't been in top 6 so far, only in the relay. Through the last
Palm, born in 2003, just 22 years old.
and Radal Kaltz in the 6th place. Finland, 23:45. 14 seconds faster than Malin Lara.
So 8 athletes still to come in to potentially challenge the lead of Ruska Saarela. Saarela, of course, defending last year's gold medal in the sprint event.
Who was leading after third rating control, lost some time at the end and currently lying in the 5th place. 4 seconds behind Sophie Stranska and 6 she's trailing to the podium, which is completed by Finn Laamanen so far. Emma Lange,
Kristoffersen,
top 6 and a second best Dane, Sophie Okkel-Jensen.
not a fantastic ride so far. A long way off the pace, down in 19th position. 4 more athletes to come through the map exchange, and here is split off. She's managed to catch some time back here, and it should be enough for a top 6 at the finish. Oh no, into 7th position. So 14 seconds off the top 6, and Devier still holds on to that podium position.
Last year in Ostuda, she was 14th in a sprint and not the finish. 14th in a sprint, 4th in a hill distance. Now Kaisla Hakkinen to take her first gold medal. But now coming Riglova. Riglova still maybe dropping a little bit. She had a half-minute advantage. Now it has been reduced to 21 seconds. But still Riglova.
So still to come through our map exchange. In fact, this looks like Komarova. And she's off the pace too, down in 19th position. So still 3 to come through. Next we expect to see is Yegi from Switzerland. Then Lithuania's Mikuvien. And finally Finland's Marika Hara, who was our final starter. Lots of our later starters off the pace here. Here is Gustafsson approaching the final part of this course. That looks like it could be Yegi from Switzerland. And she has a lead here. In fact, nope, down in 12th. And Gustafsson into the final part of the course, into the final sprint. And it's going to be enough for a top 10, but she's off the podium positions. 9th position at the finish, and it's still Finland's Ruska Saarela that leads. The time still stands 24 minutes and 1 second, and that's a 25-second lead.
Such a young athlete on home soil in Yichin. They must have settled with the 5th place today. And very good result for Mini Brunstad Norgard. She was still fastest on the 2nd and 3rd radial control, but still Dane at the end into the 6th place. Then Emma Lange being the 3rd among this Finnish team into the 7th place. 2nd Dane Jensen in the 8th. Best from Spain under the ninth place and the fourth best Finn leader Lahti. 4 Finnish girls in the top 10. What a very good team performance from Team Finland. 2 Danish, 2 Czechs, 4.
This is the GPS of Kristoffersen.
Very good performance for Latvian Anja Orsane. She's in 11th place. Best her result in her career at the World Junior Championship. Lola Cole, best France, best lady for France in the junior category with 12th place. And best Lithuanian Vitene Puishite, 13th result.
Back to the map change. Marika Hara is flying round. And she has a 41-second lead at the changeover, with one final section of the course to go. Taking a time at the map changeover. Definitely in contention to challenge for the lead at the finish. She was our final starter.
Quite a good result. Augustin Leclerc was not so good last year in the sprint when he finished only 7th, but he won the must start distance and was in a podium along with the silver. But Bello has a good
So this could be an exciting last part of the course. So the standings at the map changeover. All of our athletes are through that point.
He lost to Bulgarian on a second radio control 27. So Koskinen, the title defender, is coming closer. So let's watch for Emil Koskinen. Augustin Leclerc and Emil Koskinen. Those two will be involved. And now Axel Pesso also. Not the right one, Axel Pesso. He's losing to Pello. 2 seconds of third.
Of course, still lots of our male competitors out in the forest. There were 83 entered competitors in the men's class compared to the 46 in the women's class. So there's still another hour's worth of men's starts. And of course, our under-20 junior world MTBO champs, which is also happening alongside the senior competition. But it's not long to go until we will know for sure who is our new sprint champion. The current leader at the finish is Ruska Saarela. And here is the GPS of Kristoffersen.
Saarela, the title defender, holds the lead by 25 seconds in front of Selin Wellenreiter. And Marika Hara, very good start for Marika Hara, the Finnish veteran who won the gold here in Poland last time World Championships were held in Poland in 2014. Marika Hara, oh, she is aiming to repeat success from 2014. Wow, that would be incredible.
You can hear the arena commentator very excited about the performance so far of Marika Hara. She's a much more experienced athlete than some of the other women that are inside the podium positions. Hara, born in 1986. And not long until we expect to see Kristoffersen in the arena as she punches at 27. In fact, here she is. And she is a long way off the pace. 3 minutes down on the time of Ruska Saarela.
The world champion from 2012. Breitschadel won the title 13 years ago. But now Jakub Skoda, the
So Cecilia Christopherson finishing inside the top 15, but about 3.5 minutes off the pace of the lead.
He has then also ski orienteering Jakub Skoda. So, Skoda putting this Czech Republic into the lead. Also good opening for Florian Schneider. He was healing the
So 4 more athletes still to see then at the finish. We've got Kamarova,
medal winner.
as well as Yegi, Mikuvien, and of course the last starter, Marika Hara, who led at the map exchange.
Last World Championship, he was just 12th in the middle distance. As I said, didn't compete at the European Championships. And in Ichin, he was a 2-time silver medalist and 2-time bronze medalist in the juniors. João Ferreira from Portugal, very good race with the 3rd place so far, the Portuguese. João Ferreira.
This is Camilla Sorgard. Wasn't her day to day, she had some troubles with her bike. But this is Kamarova,
In Vilnius, he was 20th in long distance, must start long distance.
and she won't find a place at the finish inside the top 10.
Best result for Ferreira at the World Championships was in Ichin 2 years ago, when the Portuguese finished in 21st place. Skoda first, Altonen second, and Ferreira third, and then Lithuanian Kavaliauskas into the 4th.
3 athletes still to finish.
So then let's switch to the junior category. Emil Koskinen punch in the 430 control, just 2 seconds behind Pelov and 10 seconds behind Lesker. So let's wait for Emil Koskinen. Meanwhile, very close to the leading positions, also another Finn, Axel Pesso. Emil Koskinen, Axel Pesso, 2 Finns can produce some changes. Koskinen is a title defender. He won the bronze also in the middle distance. Axel Pesso has won the 3rd at the must start at the World Junior Championship 2022. Last year was 15th place for him, a sprint to best result.
So we wait now for the final finishes. Only Marika Hara seemed in contention, but of course anything can happen in the final part of the course. We've seen mistakes, we've seen people catch up time. In fact, Ruska Saarela caught up about a minute just in the final part of the course.
So Emil Koskinen won the 3 medals, including the relay, at the European Championships in Vilnius. Last year, he won also 3 medals at the World Junior Championships, including the relay. He was 6th in the sprint and 5th in the middle distance, and then gold medalist in the long, the silver in the must start. Gold medalist in the
Looks like Osina Yegi there, having finished. Mikuveni. In fact, here is Mikuveni from Lithuania. And this could be enough for a top 10 position. But only one more athlete can challenge the time of Ruska Saarela. And Marika Hara was ahead at the map exchange.
Yes, the queen of Vilnius European Championships, Nicolene Splitor from Denmark, only 7th. That's a surprise. She was a bronze medalist.
And here is Marika Hara, and it looks like she's lost some time here.
Splitor 7th. Marika Hara starting to lose.
She had a massive lead at the map exchange, but this isn't gonna be enough for a podium position here, and it's gonna be Ruska Saarela who takes the win here and defends her World Championship title in the sprint competition. And Marika Hara finishes outside of the podium positions after surely some late mistakes in there. Looks like she's frustrated with the final part of the course there. So she must have lost a good amount of time because she had a 27-second lead at the changeover. Definitely some frustration there. So we'll wait to confirm the final results then of the Women's World Championship Sprint event. But that looks like disappointment for Marika Hara, our final starter. You can see some of our junior athletes here having competed in the Junior World Championships today.
Very small chances to remain on a podium, but still very secure to be among top 6 and make more than 10 place improvement compared to the last year.
So our final results, Ruska Saarela successfully defends her title from last year, our new Sprint MTBO champion. Celine Vellenrita into the silver medal spot. She comes second. And it's Tilda Palm from Sweden who takes the bronze medal. Jana Nilka comes fourth, Lucy Nedumlelova fifth, and Constance Devier in sixth. And that rounds off our podium positions.
Of course, if Jan Hasek will not win the Mensa. Yeah, Ruska Saarela, she was in a podium in all events in Vilnius at the European Championships. But Nicolene Splitor
So here's a comparison. Looks like a really big early mistake there for Saarela, but managing to catch up the time. This is a comparison of our top 3. You can see Saarela a long way down very early on in the course and quite tight between Vellenrita and Palm.
The younger Swede, she has won so many medals, including gold in the youth and junior category. But last year she was 6th in the
And Saarela here having to work hard to catch them up. But similar route choices. Saarela, a different route choice there.
so that could be the bronze. First ever Tilda Palm's elite medal.
And Saarela slowly bringing them in.
Improvement comparing with the European Championships.
And here you can see they all split up lots of different route choices through this very technical section. Saarela executing it fantastically and managing to pull ahead.
We congratulate Austrian as well. She was a 5th in a sprint at the European Championship 2 years ago in Portugal, but now
So even with a big win, Saarela making some huge mistakes in there.
earning
But also, those GPS tracks do show that it's not necessarily about the route choice that you choose, it's more about the route execution.
Bronze in a sprint last year in Ostruda, in Poland. She won the bronze in a sprint last year.
So moving on to the men's, the standings at the finish, our current leader Jakub Skoda from Czechia.
Last year she was 6th in the long distance, 20th in a sprint, so a good improvement.
A reminder of the courses that the men are riding today. They've got 6.6 kilometers with an optimal route of 9.2 kilometers, 34 controls, but just like the women's course, very, very flat, only 20 meters of climb. And they also have a map exchange. They have an extra little loop in the less intricate path section. But the course otherwise follows a very similar shape to the women's. And the arena is starting to fill up a bit more now that a lot of our riders have finished. Lots of the athletes staying to cheer on their teammates, and a lot of the juniors staying to watch the seniors and see what potentially they could be doing in the coming years.
World champion from 2014, when Poland last time hosted the World Championships in MTB Orienteering 2014. That was Marika Kara, Finn. She won here 11 years ago. She was going with the fastest time. First radio control, second radio control, third radio control, even fourth radio control. Marika Kara was in the lead, and it looked like, yes, she had the lead by minute. After the fourth radio control, Marika Kara had the lead by minute, and it looked like she will repeat her success from 11 years ago. But then in the fifth part, towards the last control, radio control, she made a mistake, and Finn at the end lying in the 8th place. Usin Yegi, second best Swiss in the 9th place, and Karin Gustafsson 10th. Gabriel Gustafsson 11th place. Then followed by Algirda Mitskuviene, who won finally her medal in Vilnius in May, finishing 12th.
So the weather in Poland, very, very sunny, up to 26 degrees now. So getting hotter through the day.
She was second at the World Championships last time. She lost to Ruska Sarla. Martina Tehovska last year in Bulgaria was second, but now finishing into the 13th place. Algirda Mitskuviene, who won her first medal in Lithuania, that was exactly this discipline, the sprint went, finishing today just in front of Tehovska, 12th position. Here is Aurora Pecorari, last year the junior champion, completing this sprint course with the 14th result. Remember Pecorari, who was dominating the last year World Junior Championships. championships was 8th in the sprint and 7th in the middle distance. So this time Pecorari outside top 10 with the 14th and Camille Söder 15th. And she is second best in the Danish team. Split of first with 7th and Söder second with 15th. And Valerie Camarero 16th. So junior category, really congratulations. Yeah, Augustin Leclerc coming with a leading time. Augustin Leclerc, last year must-start distance champion who was 7th in the sprint, taking the title in front of Axel Pesso.
So back to the start. Luca Dalla Valle.
Being the third best Finn in top 6 with a 6th result. And the 7th result for the local Polish Filip Janowski, 7th. Svoboda, Czech, 8th. Radokalc, Italian, 9th. And Jocelyn Lauver into the 10th place. Augustin Leclerc, only one making this course faster than 25 minutes. 24:28. And his gap is quite huge. Not huge, but quite big. 48 seconds to Axel Pesso. Last year Koskinen won in front of Milica by 38 seconds. Now 10 seconds more separating the first and second place. So for Axel Pesso, second ever medal. As I said, the bronze medal was in the World Junior Championship 3 years ago in the mid-must start. And now Axel Pesso, second time on the podium, the best result in his career.
Tommy Nikkanen. 2 minutes off the pace.
2 medals, silver in the long, gold in the must start, now taking the sprinter championship title. Antoine Lesquer, another who was the second best Frenchman last year, is second best Frenchman also this year. But last year France.
So to recap the current top 3 in the men's class. Current third place is Tatu Altonen, who actually held the lead for a pretty long time. Second place, Florian Schneider of Switzerland, and he was just 3 seconds down on the time of current leader Jakob Skoda, whose time at the finish was 25 minutes and 44 seconds. Of course, the estimated winning time is to be between 20 minutes and 25, so there is still room for athletes to ride far faster than this.
For Switzerland, it's 2 medals for the juniors and also elite women. Wellenreiter and Röhl, 2 Swiss girls taking the medals. And congratulations to Ruska.
Looks like Adrian Jägi from Switzerland was our leader at the map exchange. Potentially some late mistakes in the final part of the course means that he is not inside the top 3 at the finish. In fact, he's not finished yet.
He leads by 3 seconds in front of Florin Schneider. Congratulations to Florin, who is returning back. Remember, he was a supporter during the European Championships in Vilnius. He was coming back from an injury.
Demarais Joly
He won the 2
into equal 5th position at the finish, equaling the time of Roygard. Potentially some technical problems with his bike there. But a strong performance from the Frenchman. Jeremy Poor into a top 3 spot at the map exchange. A strong ride so far.
Didn't see Joel Holmgaard. Must look for the new star who just came first time, participated and won the 2 gold medals in Vilnius in May.
Yeah, you can see the extra loop that the men have in comparison to the women. So the map exchange at control 20.
Oh, your Holmgren only 26. Yeah, completely different performance, but yes, he's a young youth category. He competes with the juniors. So he started with 26th place, your Holmgren. Maybe he will try to improve to make at least top 20 in the next events. Now we switch to the men's.
And this looks like a new lead at changeover. Hannes Nilika, 26 seconds faster than Adrian Yegi.
Now Jan Hasek won the title last year. Yeah, for Jakob Skoda. Indeed, it was 7th place in a sprint and 5th in a mass start. He's a good skier as well, doing ski orienteering. Skoda, Schneider, Altonen, and Ferreira. Very soon we'll see Adrian Yegi from Switzerland. He can improve Skoda's time. On a 5th radial control, he is better than Skoda by 30 seconds.
Yeah, you can see Nilika executing the course really well.
In Bulgaria, in Vilnius, he was 22nd in sprint, but best result for Yegi came in a middle distance, where he finished 6th. Top 10 finisher for Yegi.
And the athletes are to cut through here.
He has been
There's no rules against it.
he has won the European Junior.
But the forest is looking very thick in places.
Adrian Yegi will appear very soon. From 30 seconds, he has increased to 37. Unless Jakub Skoda runs with a microphone and taking interview with Adrian Yegi in the start of the final straight.
So Adrian Yegi at the finish now, and this looks like it's going to be a new lead.
Comes Adrian Yegi from Switzerland.
Over 30 seconds faster than Jakub Skoda, who was our previous leader.
Comparing with Jakub Skoda. And for the top 3 will battle also Jeremy Poole from France.
Looks like those athletes riding well as a group together.
Of the final straight. Then to
But Yegi, our new leader at the finish. So the previous lead was Jakub Skoda with a time of 25 minutes and 44 seconds. And we'll wait for confirmation of Yegi's time. Rasmus Nordgren at the start.
oh, we have some mismatches. Robert Kiela, Alexander Orishko, Ticton from Hong Kong, China as well. Yor Yu, Itsuhiro Sano from Japan did not finish.
So this is the GPS of Rida.
And good start for Bartosz Niebielski. He going the same time as Adrian Yegi and Jakub Skoda and Florin Schneider at the 3rd radio control. And Hannes Knilica, the fastest at the 4th radio control. Former junior medalist and champion.
Laurie Malzrus,
We cannot say he can
one of the big names in sprint MTBO. Multiple world medals in the sprint.
because he was outside top 10, 16th in the sprint and 12th in a longer distance with the must start. Remember, Hannes Hannes Knilic won every single event here in Ostruda in Poland last year. Repeating something similar, but not with all victories at the World Junior Championships with silver medals.
Noah Reader riding very well. Wojtek Stransky at the start.
44 seconds in front of Jakub Skoda. Schneider, second best Swiss in the third place. Altonen fourth, and Portuguese Ferreira fifth. Let's wait for Hannes Knilica. He will soon come. Few minutes remaining for him to the finish.
And next to start will be Italy's Riccardo Rosetto.
There is nothing for me.
Remember, Adriani was outside the top 10 in every single event. Italy was not outside the top 20. The European Championships in two disciplines, middle and long, he was in the top 10.
Noah Reader riding particularly well. A new lead, 15 seconds faster than Hannes Knilica.
Leads 44 seconds in front of Jakub Skoda.
Also looks like he's caught Juicy Laurila there as well. So here he is in comparison to Knilica and Niebielski. At the finish, Tommi Nikkanen from Finland, pushing hard all the way across the line. And it's going to be enough for a top 10 at the finish. But over 2 minutes down on the current lead of Adrian Yegi.
So three groups decided their medal winners, but still excitement for the men's sprint event at these World MTBOC Championships in Polish capital Warsaw. Hannes Knilica, very sober approach at the last radio control. He still holds the leading time on the fifth radio control. And the current leader in his finish is Adrian Yegi from Switzerland. And Austin is going 20 seconds faster. But here we can see the Lithuanian. Remember Lithuanians, Ignas Ambrazas and Jonas Michel is very two strong Lithuanians.
Bartosz Niebielski into third position so far at the map changeover, ahead of the current leader at the finish, Adrian Yegi.
Another Swiss doing good on the fourth radio control. He's 40 seconds faster than teammate Adrian Yegi. Noah Reader has been the third at the World European Junior Championships. In the mixed relay, he won the medal. Noah Reader, fastest so far on the fourth radio control.
Fantastic riding here. Recovered well from that little problem there, but into the second loop in the slightly less complex path network. And he's choosing to cut through there. Of course, that is completely allowed.
So currently, Yegi first from Switzerland, Skoda Czech is second, Jeremy 4.
Back at the finish for Hanna Hnilica. And it's not going to be a new lead here.
Hannes Knilic is going for the leading time. He can beat Adrian Yegi. He carried some 20 seconds advantage. Meanwhile, food has come, the lunch has come.
He goes into second position at the finish. Just 5 seconds down on the time of Adrian Yegi.
That means that Adrian Yegi could hold the leading position with 25 minutes precisely. And Knilic is losing some 5 seconds. Let's see.
But a brilliant performance there for the Austrian athlete.
And now to alternate 6th place. Yeah, Hannes Knilic 5 seconds behind. 5 seconds.
Samuel Pakala from Finland, another of the big names.
Remember last year in Poland, that was 2024 at the European Junior Championship. Hannes Knilic dominating everything, every event winning, every single event winning by Hannes Knilic.
Pakala has won medals at World Championships before, so definitely a contender. Looking here at Noah Reeder, who led at the map exchange. And he's definitely still ahead of Hnilica.
Black boxes. That's not flight recorders, black boxes, but food inside.
Hnilica just 5 seconds down at the finish. Luca Dallavalle, you can see wearing the black armband, paying his respects to Mattia De Bertollis, who sadly passed away.
First, Knilic from Austria second, and Jakub Skoda from Czechia third. Jeremy Poor fourth, Floric the fifth.
Dallavalle into 15th at the changeover.
The championships. Switzerland was not in top 10. Noah Reeder was best with 11th place, and Yegi was second with Swiss with the 16th place. And at the moment, really, Switzerland doing well. And Austria, Andreas Waldmann was best Austrian with the 9th place. Currently, Knilic lying in a second position. We have 49 finishers with Toshio Adachi, Japanese, 49th place. Zachar
Fabiano Bottega,
8th, Kazuhige
another of the Italian riders.
46th, Nikolai Nachev, 45th, Emilis Petkevich is 44th, Ildar Michnev, first starter, 43rd, Henry Hess, returning to the World Championships after 6 years, 42nd, another German, Mark Huster, 41st, and Hiro Ayano, 40th place. Michael Jarve, 39, Danielus Pralgaus.
And here is the GPS of Nurmi. Look out for him at the changeover. In fact, here he is. Could this be a new lead?
From Bulgaria, 34.
It's very tight between Nurmi and Reeder, but he punches with a 5-second lead at the map changeover.
29th, Bjarne Hoffmann, Dane, 29th, Krzysztof Zęcza, 28th place. Here comes Estonia. Remember Lauri Malmström, Estonian, who has won the medals?
You can see how technical some of the paths are. Mikonomi
Years ago here in Poland.
riding quickly through the terrain here.
From Russia won the qual, and from Norway was second. And Lauri Malmström was fifth. top 10 finish. At the European Championships in Vilnius, Lauri Malsros from Estonia was 15th in the sprint, 9th in the middle.
And he also chooses to cut through there.
He has 2 gold medals at the European Championships.
The riders will be able to see the tracks of the athletes that have already ridden through those sections. That's a big benefit of a later start. Of course, starts are seeded with the highest ranked athletes starting later.
Baltic countries, Malsros leading from Baltic countries, Estonia with the 8th place, Lithuanian Gvildis with the 9th, and Latvian Sarsne with the 12th place. So all
Strong riding here from Nomi. Very well executed.
but Alp countries, Switzerland and Austria with the first 2 places.
Kom Noah, kom! Kom Noah!
And Noah Rieder will look to take a new lead at the finish here. The Swiss athlete looking to better the time of his teammate Adrian Yegi. And Noah Rieder will cross the line with a new leading time.
Noah Rieder,
So the previous lead was Adrian Yegi, who finished in a time of 25 minutes dead.
double lead for Switzerland.
But Noah Rieder has ridden faster. His time at the finish, 24 minutes and 46 seconds.
Winning time was 20:25 for the juniors, 16:20. That was expected winning time.
So the first to ride under 25 minutes.
Augustin Leclerc 24:28, and the junior woman Adela Rillo 23:42. The woman Roska Salo 24:01.
Jonas Meiselas from Lithuania lining up to start, taking the opportunity to plan the first part of his course or to get an idea of the general course shape, or where in the course he needs to spend a bit more time focusing on the nav, or where he can really open the legs out and ride quickly.
Turin Schneider was 26th, third was Swiss. Silas Hons was 46th, fourth on the Swiss team.
Nordgren on the second loop in this less complex section.
The Frenchman Armel Berthaud won the
This bit looks simple, but there is still a lot of route choice in there. Nibielski looking to challenge the time of the top 3 here. It's not going to be a new leading time, but this could be potentially a new silver medal position. Can he get to the finish before the time of Adrian Yegi? We'll wait for confirmation of that.
could be Bartosz Nibielski.
Nibielski is home World Championships, and he finishes. Oh no, never mind. This is the map changeover, and this is Rasmus Nordgren, and he is inside the top 10, just outside the podium. So a bit of work to do here for the Swedish athlete. And I can confirm Bartosz Nibielski into a new silver medal position, 3 seconds ahead of the Swiss athlete Adrian Yegi, and 11 seconds down on the current leader Noah Rieder.
25 minutes. Yegi, ex-Swiss, into the third place, exactly with a 25 minutes time.
We're following Nordgren here.
Johannes Gnilica 5 seconds spent more than 25 minutes in the fourth place. Jakub Skåne fifth, champion was 6th. Florin Schneider faster on the fourth radio control than Noah Reader. So good is middle part for Mikko Nurmi from Finland. Mikko Nurmi has won the silver in the sprint and gold in the relay at the European Championship 2023.
Just missed the path in there. Lost a couple of seconds.
The European Junior Championship 6 years ago. So Rina from Italy leads in front of the Polish Lubelski, second place. So good news. That result definitely reduced him in top 30. Maybe top 20.
And now back at the map exchange. This is Wojtek Szczanski. And about a minute off the pace, and that puts him down in 8th position.
And then we will see Mikko Nurmi. He's going with Noah Reader is almost the same time. Mikko Nurmi still needs to win the medal individual at the World Championship. He has only silver from the relay.
So there's still 7 athletes to come through the map exchange. And looking here at Bogar. Bogar, multiple gold medals in the World Mountainbike Orienteering Sprint race. He was the gold medalist back in 2023.
Last year, nobody from Switzerland was in top 10. Now currently, Noah Reader first.
And this is him in comparison to Nurmi, Reader and Nordgren. Reader is our leader at the finish so far.
Fabiano Bettega, the sprint champion from Vilnius this year's European Championship, going together with the same time with the Marshals. But they are losing some half minute to Nurmi and Reader, the fastest man on the first radio.
So Bogar riding well. And we expect to see him at the changeover very shortly.
Jeremy was 17th last year in the sprint event. At the European Championships in Vilnius, he was only 33rd.
In fact, I got my Wojtek's mixed up earlier. Still plenty more people to come through on map exchange. So here is Christoph Bogar, one of the big favourites for the race today. Multiple world champion. And it looks like we should expect to see him with a lead at the map exchange. Here is Mikko Nurmi at the finish, and this looks like it's going to be a new lead for the Finn. And he's going to look to go about 30 seconds faster than Noah Reader. Strong ride for the Finnish athlete.
Last World Championship, 21st place for Delaval. That was best result. Also the 21st for him in long distance. In Vilnius, he was 30th.
I think I heard him just say he had one mistake out there. So it could be possible for someone to come in and beat that time. I'll wait for a confirmation of the time on the live results.
Oh yes, something top 20, just top 20 for Luca Della Valle. Not so good opening for Italian as he would wish. And very soon, let's wait for Mikko Nurmi, Finland, Mikko Nurmi. He's battling for the leading position. He carries 40, Mikko Nurmi with a new leading time, 24:09. Nurmi in front of Reader and Nibels. Bielski. Poland still in the top 3. Bartosz lying in the 3rd place. Mika Nurmi takes the lead by 37th in front of Swiss Noah Rieder. Last year it was Andre Haga best of with a 6th result.
Back to the start, Teemu Kaksonen.
Mika Nurmi was only 29th. With being in top 5 in the Swedish team. Maybe we will hear something for our current leader, Mika Nurmi. Maybe you can tell as well some impressions from the course.
Oh, it was really, really tricky. Directly when I saw the map, I knew you have to take it really easy and don't make any big mistakes and just try to have a good flow. I managed that quite well. One small mistake, but decently happy.
So really happy also with the leading position.
Yeah, of course. Lead is always the lead, so well, let's see how fast the guys behind comes.
You hope no more than 5-6 will improve your time.
Okay, well, that's
So a look at the GPS here, and it is Bogart that's ahead.
29th in the sprint, so
Bogart and Nurmi ahead of Rieder.
how many will do
Nurmi did take a new lead at the finish, a lead of 37 seconds. So time to be at the finish now. 24 minutes and 9 seconds. Noah Rieder in 2nd position, 24:46. And it's Bielski that still sits in that bronze medal spot with a time of 24 minutes and 57 seconds. They're the only 3 riders to have gone below 25 minutes. And Jiri Hradl at the start now.
I still, even with the big race, I have lost by
Do you remember 11 years ago in Poland you were, I think, top 5 in the sprint in the World Championship in 2014. So that was different race, maybe in the city or different course?
It wasn't actually very different. It was quite similar in a park area, a lot of dense network, but he was 11 years older, 11 years younger back then, and much sharper than today. So that's why I did much better then.
So you have a 4 silver from the World Championship, 2 gold in European Championships. So quite good achievement for you so far, but still you, despite you are getting older, still you believe that you can be on a
Bogart almost looks like he's extending this lead here.
maybe in some other disciplines at these championships. Is it possible?
And he's about to punch at control 25, ready for this final technical loop. Although we've seen so many athletes making mistakes as they're in this final part of the course. They're pushing to their limits. They're tired. They're in oxygen debt. And this final section is so technical. Of course, on their maps, they've had a map exchange. They only have this last section of the course. They're not having to figure out which is control 3 and which is control 30.
7th, Fluiger 8th, Alton in 9th. Remember, Alton was leading by 1.5 hours. Really long time. And Paul Debray, 2nd place, Frenchman in the 10th.
Back in the arena to look out for Rasmus Nordegren.
With the 12th, Vildis 13th,
68 kommer.
And it's not going to be enough for a top 6 here. Still Mika Nurmi that leads, but Rasmus Nordegren off the pace, almost 2 minutes down.
Here comes the Swedish. Sweden. So currently Mika Nurmi was 24 minutes 09. And faster than 25 minutes is Rieder 24:46 and Nibeski 24:57. So it's quite a
So Nordegren in to 9th spot, a top 10 at the finish so far.
last year. Tough check. One in front of Lefedin Marchalis. First two by 12 seconds were separated.
And here is the GPS of Bogar. He's riding well through this last section of the course. The men have a slightly shorter final loop in comparison to the women. They almost did their loops in reverse of each other. The women with a shorter first loop and the men with a shorter final loop. But Bogar into the last part of this course. Can he extend this lead? Nurmi is the current leader at the finish.
has 2 silvers at the World Championship, 2 bronze medals. He's a European middle distance champion from 20.
Martin Kanter about to start. Another of the fantastic Czech athletes.
2 top 6 place finishes for Wojtek Stransky in the middle and the long distances. And Wojtek Stransky going for the top 10 position, most likely 7th he will be. Very
Andreas Waldman, 2 minutes off the pace here.
at the 8th place he could finish right now. Wojtek Stransky. At least here in Warsaw he has much better first day performance than in Lithuania, Vilnius, remember? He had some problems with the
But that's enough for a top 20 at the moment. Work to do to pull up the places. And it's not going to be long until we expect to see Bogar in the finish. In fact, here he is. And this is going to be a massive, massive lead at the finish. Over a minute faster than the current leader, Mika Nurmi. And Christoph Bogar crossing the line there. Cheered on by his teammates. Wait for confirmation of his time. But Mika Nurmi, a reminder, he rode 24 minutes and 9 seconds and had a 37-second lead. But Christoph Bogar downloading there. He's already got multiple gold medals in Sprint MTBO World Championships. The last time he got a gold medal was 2023. No medal last year in the sprint. And here's our final starter, Ignas Ambrazas. And he is off into the forest. So all of the riders are out, and I do have confirmation that Christoph Bogar has taken a new lead at the finish. His time, 22 minutes and 55 seconds, which is a minute and 14 seconds faster than Mika Nurmi, the previous leader. Will anyone else get close to beating that time? 22 minutes and 55 seconds is the current time to beat from Czechia's Christoph Bogar, multiple world champion. Will he add another gold medal to his collection? You can see a comparison here of him and Nurmi, and also Rieder, who's now in bronze medal position. So the current standings.
Impressive time, Christoph Bogar 22:55. On the second radio control, he lost to Noah Rieder, but very strong second.
Here's Wojtek Ludwig.
Christoph Bogar. On the second radio control, he lost 7 seconds to Noah Rieder. On the third radio control, he was 5.
Ludwig, bronze medalist from 2024 in the Sprint Championships. Also multiple silver medals in the discipline.
speak with Christoph Bogar. How you feel after the distance, the race, the finish?
It was really technical race. The key was to don't stop, just go slowly to the finish. I think I made it quite right.
Were you a little bit better on the last part, or the course was more suitable? Maybe a bit hilly for you, or it's quite flat anyway, but you are very good in the mountains.
Actually, I think that I wasn't so good on the straight part, but I keep focus on the technical stuff, so that's what I say.
So you have more than minute advantage to the previous leader. Could it be enough to hold you in top 6 or maybe?
And we're back at the map changeover here.
So, but anyway, you feel you did a better performance than in the European Championships in May?
Yeah, I think at the Europeans I made a big mistake, and today it was okay.
So what is your main distance, or you have several main distances at these championships?
I'm looking for the sprint in the middle distance.
Sprint the middle distance.
That could have been Teemu Kaksonen.
So good luck for today. Christoph Bogar from Czech Republic, current leader.
Here is a comparison of the leaders and Hasek. Jan Hasek, the defending champion. He won the sprint last year. Of course, we've seen Ruska Saarela defend her title today. Could Hasek do the same? It's not looking likely at the moment. He is a long way off the pace of the leaders.
The third radio control losing to Christoph Bogar, almost 20 seconds. Teemu Kaksonen losing to Bogar, 14 seconds on the third radio control.
Choosing a different route choice here as well.
8 minutes on the course. But in the finish, Bartosz Niebelski, the Polish, is still lying in the fourth place. Finish Nurmi second, and the Swiss Rieder in the third.
And at the finish for Fabiano Bottega from Italy. He's looking for a spot in the top 3 here.
Italians and Finn. Fabiano Bottega, the European sprint champion. Fabiano Bottega, he was 5th at the World Championships in sprint, the last 2 championships. 5th Fabiano Bottega, and won the title.
Very, very strong rider.
Now Bottega going for maybe top 5, but not among top 3. But he will be close to the top 3, very close to Rieder and Niebelski. Maybe some seconds.
And here's Hasek, defending champion, but he's off the pace. A minute and a half down, but that puts him in 11th, not even inside the top 10. So lots of work to do here to pull himself up some positions if he wants a chance of taking a medal today. And Fabiano Bottega, the Italian rider, finished in 4th place. Just 4 seconds off of the bronze medal position. So Noah Rieder still holding on to 3rd spot. Here is the GPS of Kaksonen in comparison to our current leaders. Strong ride so far.
Kan passa på att spela in lite drönarbete.
And here's Kaksonen through the map exchange. Work to do, but he's in 4th position.
Fabiano Bottega improving Bartosz Niebelski time by 7 seconds, and Fabiano Bottega into the 4th place. Yeah, he has been
And we're back with the riding camera here.
Swiss and Austrian Nilicha.
This is Teemu Kaksonen flying down the track.
Behind him. So Fabiano Bottega into the 4th place. And Bottega losing to the
And we'll expect him
podium. Now completed by Rieder.
to round the corner like everyone else.
Still very good athletes to come. Let's wait
Riding well. And he also cuts through. But it looks like he's missed the track here as well. Has to improvise, manages to save it. Of course, at this championships, you are allowed to cut through the forest. Some countries don't allow that. So 4 more athletes still to come through our map exchange point. Jiri Hradl, Andre Haga, Martin Kanter, and our final starter, Ignas Ambrazas. I love all the tracks from the athletes warming down after their races. Current standings at the finish, Christoph Bogar with a huge lead, 1 minute and 14 seconds faster than Mika Nurmi, who's in 2nd position, and it's Noah Rieder who hangs on to 3rd place, just 4 seconds ahead of Bottega, who was so close to that podium position. Back at the finish now for Mycelis, and he is 3 minutes off the pace here. It's not going to be enough for a top 10. He finishes in 14th position. 3 minutes 10 down on the time of Czechia's Bogar. That's Jiri Hradl of Czechia. 2 minutes off the pace, and you can see there in the background some of the army who use this area for exercises. Wojtek Ludwik, one of the big names, 2 minutes off the pace though, finishing in 5th. It's enough for a podium spot so far. Ludwik was the bronze medalist in 2024. He also has a few silver medals. Very experienced and successful rider, but he not looking too happy with his ride there. But 5th place at the finish. Fantastic performance. Kaksonen, in comparison to our current top 3 at the finish, could he challenge the times of Rieder or Nurmi?
One of the 2 heroes, the kings, Bogar and Ludwig, was 2 kings of the Yichun World Championship, both winning 2 individual gold medals. And the first day, that was not sprint, that was must start. Wojtek Ludwig opened with a silver in Lithuania, just behind Samuel Pokkal, the Finn, on the first day. That was in May, but now Wojtek Ludwig settling for the 5th result, 2 minutes behind Bogar, and he's losing 4 seconds to Bottega and beating Nibelski, and pushing pole to the 6th place, beating Nibelski by 3 seconds.
So Kaksonen into the final technical part of the course. Short legs with lots of room for error.
For the medal. Remember, Christoph Bogart in the lead. He has a good chance to repeat his success from 2023 when he became the world sprint champion in Hinchen.
Berthaud from France, looking for a top 10 here at the finish. Strong performance from the Frenchman. And he finishes in 8th position.
Outside the top 6, the world junior champion in the must start from 2023.
So it's still Bogart that leads at the finish. A lead of 1 minute and 14 seconds.
The best Finn last year with the 6th place at the 4th radio control, losing to Bogart 1 minute and half minute he's behind top 3. So Andre Hager battling once again for the top 6, second year in a row.
This looks like Martin Cantor.
But the title defender Jan Hasek currently at the end of the top 10. He's approaching the last radio control and battling for the 9th place.
Cantor a long way off the pace here, nearly 3 minutes down.
Jan Hasek was 4th 2 years ago and won the title last year.
34th position. And only one more athlete to come through the map exchange. Our final starter, Ignace Ambrazas.
Close to the top 10. So Christoph Bogart has a good chance to win a medal and also good chances to be the world champion after 1 year of break. And he finishing 10th last year. He won the title 2023. He started reasonably good and then took the lead in the middle of the course.
And at the finish, Jan Hasek looking for a top 10 into 10th position. 2 minutes 43 down on the time of Bogart. So Jan Hasek not able to defend his title from last year. Enough for a top 10. Ignace Ambrazas through the map exchange, and he is almost 2 minutes off the pace as well, down in 19th position. So no one has gone through the intermediate split faster than Christoph Bogart. Here are the standings. Will anybody be able to challenge the time at the finish of Christoph Bogart? It's looking unlikely, but anyone could maybe challenge the time of the silver and bronze medal positions. In fact, Teemu Kaksonen has done just that. Is this a new bronze medal position? We'll wait for confirmation of his time, but it looks like he's going to push Noah Reeder off of the podium. Teemu Kaksonen looking for a bronze medal at the finish. And that is confirmed. His time, 24 minutes and 35 seconds. 1 minute 40 off the time of Christoph Bogart. But that is enough for the bronze medal position, and Noah Reeder is pushed down into 4th. Bettega into 5th and Ludwig into 6th.
medal ceremony into the 7th place. Yegi against second best Swiss. So, as I said, Switzerland was just outside top 10 with the 11th place for Noah Rieder last year, and Yegi was 16th. And now also Rieder best and Yegi second best, and now they are in top 10. Rieder in 4th place, and he will be presented at the medal ceremony. And Yegi with the 8th place. Hannes Knilic improvement in the lead with the 9th, and Armel Berthaud completing top 10 so far.
So 4 more finishers to come in. Hradl, Haga, Kanter and Ambrazas. Can anyone else challenge these top times?
Ignas Ambrazas, 2024 European Silver medalist, just into the 14th, 15th position so far. Few radio controls remaining for Lithuania on home soil in Vilnius this year. Ambrazas finished just outside the podium, which were completed by Jonas Michaelis, the bronze medalist. Remember, Bettega won, Mika Nurmi was second, and now Mika Nurmi, Finn repeating the European Championships achievement, the same second place for Mika Nurmi. Silver in Europe, silver in the world.
It's a nervous wait for Bogart, Nurmi and Kaksonen. Will anyone challenge their times, or will that be our final 3?
Top 3 will follow today. We can speak with the 2 guys and the European champion Fabiano, who is in 4th place.
Back at the arena now. Andre Haga. Pushing hard all the way into the finish. And that looks like Hradl as well.
It could be the 3rd time in a row you are 5th at the World Championships in the sprint. 3rd year in a row with the 5th place.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like
Haga could have potentially challenged some of the top positions here, potentially looking for a place within the top 6.
So you are standing next to the guy who was a few positions higher than you.
We'll wait for a download to confirm that.
He's just behind you. So Wojtek Ludwig, thank you. Fabiano, good luck in other races. So what about you? 3rd last year, and as I told to the audience that you opened the European Championship, the silver medal, that was in a must start, and this time 6th place. Is it okay for you, Wojtek?
I have to say that the result is okay.
In fact, Haga has just gone into a new 3rd fastest time. He's just pushed Kaksonen off the podium into 4th. The Finnish athlete finished with a time of 24 minutes and 18 seconds. 1 minute 23 off the time of Bogar. And 17 seconds faster than Teemu Kaksonen. So Haga into bronze medal spot. Nurmi holds on to the silver, and Bogar still in gold medal position with 2 more athletes to come in, both of which were way off the pace at the map exchange. So it's looking likely that Bogar will once again be the champion. Of course, he did not get a medal last year. It was Jan Hasek. But here you can see Haga's time. 1 minute 23 down, but that was enough for a top 3 at the finish.
hot weather, it will become even more hot.
Yeah, I think today it was perfect, but we will see the upcoming days. It should be much warmer again.
Good luck for next day. Wojtek Ludwig, one of the best ever MTB orienteering riders. With plenty of medals in the World and European Championships.
So we've got the GPS tracks for Cantor and Ambrazas, both of them off the pace at the map exchange.
Here will follow not only medal ceremony but also the opening ceremony. But
Cantor looks to be riding smoothly through this final part of the course.
so Christoph Bogar retains his 2023 title. Last year he was 10th, winning 2023 and also winning today. Mika Nurmi was second in Lithuanian Vilnius at the European Championship at the same Finn Mika Nurmi repeating today. This and look at this at the very end. Andre Haga, who was the best Finn last year with the 6th place. Andre Haga making this Finnish championship. Andre Haga moved to the 3rd place. Wow. Andre Haga won the 3rd bronze medal also last year at the European Championships in the spring in Poland and repeating this the same also here at the World Championship. Andre Haga, he was 8th at the 4th radial control, 8th at the 5th radial control, and then at the last radial control he moved to the 3rd place. So what a fantastic finish for Andre Haga, moving from the 8th place to the 3rd, to the bronze medal. Temo Kaksonen, who was hoping to earn the bronze, moved to the 4th place. Noah Rieder 5th and Fabiano Bettega 6th. So Fabiano Bettega 6th place, not the 3rd year in a row into the 5th place.
And it won't be long now until we expect to see Cantor in the arena as he approaches the final controls. Will he challenge any of the top times here?
Very good day for Finland as well. Silver and bronze. But Samuel Pokkola will try to improve next day.
Cantor is a long way down. It's not going to be enough to challenge any of the top spots, and he finishes in 30th position.
Czechs supporting themselves, their athlete. That could be Martin Kanta. Martin Kanta in the finish.
And it's just Ambrazas left to come in.
Who was a silver medalist behind Pokkola and in front of Haga in 2024 European Sprint event. So very good start for Finland and Czechia. Czechia winning men's elite and Finland another 2 medals. Women's elite winning, won by Finland, Saarland, then Swiss and Sweden, Wellenreiter and Palm. Junior men, France.
Great to see the athletes all chatting. Post-race debrief.
Czechia, Finland, Switzerland. So good day for Switzerland.
And great to see lots of spectators out as well.
Winners. And also a few for Switzerland and 2 for France as well.
So can't say for certain that Bogar is the new world champion. We have to wait for Ambrazas to finish, but it looks pretty good for Christoph Bogar. He'll be confident. Here is Ambrazas, and he is way down off the pace. 4 minutes off the time of the new world champion, Christoph Bogar. Ambrazas, the final starter, pushing hard to the finish, but ultimately 4 minutes down on the Czech champion. And that confirms our final results.
Ignas Ambrazas provisionally 27th place. Andrij Saksem 32. vieta.
So to conclude then, our new champion, Christoph Bogar, with a huge win, earning himself another world gold medal. Mikanumi in second position and Haga in third. Timu Kaksonen in fourth position. Noah Rida finished in fifth and Fabiano Bettega in sixth. And that rounds off our podium positions. Fantastic performance from the Finns to have 3 Finnish athletes inside the top 6. But ultimately it's Czechia that got the gold medal. Another gold medal for Christoph Bogar. It's been a fantastic day of racing and lots more fantastic racing ahead of us. Of course, we've got the middle competition tomorrow. So thank you so much to everybody for tuning in to watch the World Mountain Bike Orienteering Championships, the sprint distance today. We really look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow for the middle distance. Thank you.
Ja, trevligt.